All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. I am back, baby. I have been gone for about a good month or so. I did make a short video. Well, I guess 14 minutes is short to me. I did make a short video just talking about how the delay of the launch of Holo's launch. I have a crap ton to say, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten it up. I'm going to talk about Holochain, and I'm going to talk a lot about Holochain, and then I'm going to dive over to Holo, and then we'll leave it at that. And then after that, I'm going to have another video that's going to be very more macroeconomic video, right? There's a crap ton that's going on in the world right now, and I know a lot of people are afraid. Look, my condolences goes out to everyone involved in what's happening in the Middle East. All of the innocent, I don't care about the non-innocent people, but all of the innocent women and children that are dying throughout the world, my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to everyone, especially in the Carolinas, that have in Florida, that have been going through a lot because of this hurricane that came through in Georgia, and it's just a lot happening in the world. It's just very exhausting. Comes at a time where people are already struggling. Thankfully, the strikes have ended. The dock strikes have ended. That would have caused the truckers to strike as well. There's just a lot going on. And so I'm going to talk about all of those things later, but first, this video specifically is going towards Holochain. First and foremost, I want to give a congratulations to everyone part of the Holochain team. I think, sorry, I just got to check my thing here. While you don't need it, I am going to offer my congratulations. I'm going to tell you, all of you, how proud I am of how you guys have really stuck with your guns when it's come to Holochain. The team has gotten together. There's a lot going on in the background, a lot of interest in Holochain as a distributed ledger technology, and it's just been wonderful. They've been doing a lot of interviews. Mary Camacho has been doing a great job. Ooh, man, my next video, we're going to get into Charles Hoskinson as well, but all of you guys have been doing a great job. Matt Schuette's back. He's been doing a great job, I feel, in my opinion. We know that Eric Harris-Braun and Arthur Brock has been working a lot in the background. And so there's just a lot that, Token 2049 really showed how much interest there is in Holochain. Now, for us that has been following for a long time, we know that there's a lot that's been happening in the background. But now we're starting to see, we saw a lot of smoke, but now we're starting to see the embers of fire come alive of interest in Holochain and how it can solve problems within the crypto space and without the crypto space, outside of cryptocurrency, right? So it's just a different distributed ledger technology, which is wonderful. They advertised and talked about the Quintus, the Volaphone, and how that's exciting, and the app, and how it's going to be available on Android. Can't wait for the phone to get to the United States. If it does, we got to get our heads straight. But there's just a lot that's happening within the crypto space, within Holochain, that's just been wonderful. So we're all gonna have, I'm drinking a purple Kool-Aid right now. There is a little bit of different Kool-Aid that I'm drinking as far as Holo is concerned. We'll talk about that later. It's gonna be very short because there's still a lot. I got back, and I just need to do more research to find out a little bit more stuff. But my congratulations to the Holochain team, and also everyone who has been communicating with us on Twitter. Most of the guys that have been communicating with Twitter has been Paul Diaus and Nathan. So thank you guys. Have been very upfront and honest with us within the Holochain community, and those who have been interested in Holochain for a long time. So I really commend you guys on that. No, I'm not going to do the whole sandwich thing to where I commend people, say all this negative stuff, and then commend you again. I'm not gonna do all that. We're not gonna sandwich it up. We're not gonna Oreo it up. I'm literally being genuinely honest when I say this has been a huge task to create a more efficient society, efficient world especially when it comes to many aspects of business organization and data, from entertainment to business. So yeah, congratulations, man. This is all happening. So great. Now, on the other side of things, it has been a dumpster fire. Not Holo, but just the world it's been a dumpster fire. And having said that, there's been a lot of people who are worried about what's happening with Holo. But I want to make this very clear that the same people, a lot of people who are working on Holochain are working on Holo as well. Remember, for those of you guys who are new, please do your own research so you know all of this stuff. But Holochain is a different entity than Holo. And while Holochain is non-profit, Holo will be for-profit. So again, there's minor differences there, but just pay attention to exactly what's happening there within the crypto space as far as Holo is concerned. But it's been a dumpster fire. And one of the things that, before I get into that though, I was doing, like, I'm on my bike. I'm in South Carolina because my girlfriend likes riding bikes, and I'm like riding my bike, and we're riding bikes. I got my headphones on, listening to my own stuff, and I'm listening to these interviews, and obviously Holochain has a lot of videos about this and about their Quintus, and obviously they were at Token 2049, and this lady pops up, and I'm like, he's having an interview. I know Mary Camacho. And I'm like, who the hell is this lady? Now, I'm going to tell you guys very honestly, I did do a little bit of research on her from some of her work over in Texas, Houston, Texas. But she seems to be obviously a very knowledgeable person, the way she speaks. So we're going to listen to a little clip from her. But man, I'm like, she just popped out of nowhere. For me, maybe not for you guys. But for me, she is a Holochain advisor. I did find out who she was. And I think many of you will like her. Let's just play a small clip, and then I'm going to continue on. Again, I don't want this video to be too long because there's a lot that I have to say. My next video is probably going to be an hour long. I'm just throwing it out there. I am telling you guys, there's a shit ton of information. By the way, this is not a rated G video, but there's a crap ton of information out there that needs to be said, and it's going to yeah. So anyway, let's listen to what Miss Liz have to say here.
In terms of payments, everyone has to deal with payments. Everyone has to deal with some sort of audit or contract or solution in that way to manage their business. And I think the closer you can get to the people who are having to deal with that, to actually understand their pain points so you can build for them is super important.
I agree. And so why Singapore?
Yeah.
Singapore is a massive hub financially for business in all of Asia, Southeast Asia in particular. This is where international business comes as a launch pad to the East. And so what you have here is you have a mix of industry. So if you look around the streets of Singapore, you will see advertisements and you will see on the sides of buildings companies that are in energy. You'll see financial services. You'll see consumer goods and services. You'll see everything here. And so if you want to be in a place where you can speak to as many people from different backgrounds as possible and get a sense as to the common challenges that they're facing. You mentioned payments. One of the best use cases here is cross-border payments. Where is there friction in the system? Where is it difficult to transact? How can we make that simpler? And that's an area where, again, Holochain shines because there's all of this context that goes with transactions. There's all of this information that companies in particular need to manage around their cross-border transactions, especially around things like currency, foreign exchange. And so being in a place like Singapore, where you have so many different industries, you have so much activity,
So much currency exchange.
so much currency
I mean,
exchange.
seriously.
There's a lot of money that flows to Singapore.
Yeah.
And it's not the only use. One of the things that happens in this industry is we fall into this belief that everything has to be DeFi, that everything has to be about purely financial transactions. And there are a lot of important financial transactions. And all of those transactions are underlined by documentation and context. And that's where Holochain shines. And that's how we come into contact with the blockchain. So at something like Token, we have the ability to talk to folks who are doing payments. We have the opportunity to speak to companies that are doing major financial services. And if we look at who's represented here, yes, there are plenty of companies that are in crypto. There are plenty of companies here that are audits. But there are a lot of companies that you or your grandma would recognize.
Yeah.
Who recognize the power of this technology and its importance in eliminating friction in business.
I want you guys to know that she said you or your grandma. So, again, these are major companies, and if that are very, very interested in Holochain. Again, that's the whole reason why I'm like, not the whole reason. We all know that back for a lot of us who have done our research, we all know that Holochain has perked the interest of a lot of different banks and a lot of different companies, big name companies, by the way. I am not going to name them Mozilla, but anyway, there's a lot of companies that are they're eyeing Holochain, and they're waiting, and they're ready to pounce on this. They're ready to make change, and Holochain has been doing a great job. And I think that the time has come for there's going to be a great launch of interest into Holochain and people who are solidly building on Holochain. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be great. I'm excited. I just think that if you've been in the Holochain space for a while, you should be excited for all of this. Now, again, who the hell is this? Because to me, she has done an excellent job. She's an advisor. She's a professional advisor, by the way. And Holochain, I believe, hired her to be an advisor. And I am telling you that this is the kind of rhetoric, this is the kind of speech that we need throughout the Holochain community, so that she can better explain. Because I think what happens is a lot of people have questions about Holochain. There's a lot of technical stuff, and you guys know I'm not really a technical. I stay within my lane. There's a lot of things. Look here, when it comes to philosophy, when it comes to really is philosophy, theology. When it comes to business, when it comes to all of those things, that's where more I shine. Organization. Oh my God, that's where I shine. Where I don't shine is when there are technical stuff. I am not a huge technical guy where I understand the nuts and bolts of things. I'm not even a mechanical guy. Like I'm one of those guys that like I'm not even lie. I had a Camry for a long time. Like I'm a Camry guy. I step on a Camry. It gets me to my place where I need to go, and that's it. I don't care about the engine. I don't care how fast it can go. I just need it to get me from one destination to the other. There are a lot of gearheads out there. They get involved. Same thing. I think that there are a lot of people in the Holochain community that are just really getting involved in the nuts and bolts, and they really don't know how to really efficiently and simply explain, hey, this is what Holochain is. This is what they're trying to do in a very short manner. Speaking of short, you guys know I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so Liz, I know that nobody hardly from the Holochain team listens to me or hears me out, but except for Paul Diaz, thank you, by the way, and Nathan, thank you guys. But I guess welcome to the team. I really like how she speaks very simply. and cutting things down. So I think that hopefully, you know, not to say that Mary Camacho doesn't do it, because she does. I just think that it's really good to see a fresh face that's involved with Holochain, and that can really explain about what the product is in a better way. I like Matt Schutte as well. Sometimes he gets a little bit on his story kicks. Some people like that, some people don't. I like Matt Schutte, but you know, again, the team is growing. There's a lot that's happening within the crypto space, especially Holochain. Awesome distributed ledger technology. So yeah, wonderful, great. The other thing I want to mention, and I want to talk about this real quick. By the way, welcome, Liz. Is that, and I say welcome as if, you know, I'm the one that's doing the welcoming, like I'm in. No, just for everyone to know, I am just a regular guy with Mike, and I talk about Holochain for the most part. My next video, I'm going to talk a whole lot about the crypto space, and I'm not even remotely going to touch Holo. I'm not going to touch Holochain. I get into Holo in my next video a little bit, but Holochain, this is macro stuff here. We're getting the macro stuff. But so yeah, so welcome. Let's go into Holo real quick. So we know that they've been launching this video, or where Mary Camacho talks about the springboard. They talk about like their business through I should say how they communicate with big businesses like Deloitte. So like right here, so delighted to be reaching new audiences in Singapore. And man, let me tell you something. You guys know, long time ago, Singapore has been excellent as far as their crypto rules and regulations. But this is a great place to actually advertise your business and get your business out and really introduce yourself. So getting to speak to both local businesses and global enterprises through Deloitte and EY News events has really helped us whole new use cases for Holochain. Which Holochain, there's going to be, let me tell you guys something, there's going to be a lot of people using Holochain, and that's going to be wonderful, great. Not going to get too much into it. Let's make this a positive community where we're actually trying to grow, and we're actually trying to learn from each other, and where we're trying to communicate with each other, and really have bounce different ideas about where we're trying to go. I do realize that there's a lot of people within the Holochain space, and I say Holochain community, that are not very positive. I need you guys to like kind of watch Care Bears a little bit. I don't know, Land Before Time. Really understand what it means to actually band together, share, and really be positive. Now, are there some negative things out there? Yeah, absolutely. Are there ways to portray what you want in your life, or what you want out of a community, in a very positive way, instead of, you don't have to tear other people down. You just don't. Okay? We have a problem within the Holochain space, and the problem, I'm going to get into that in my next video, because that's going to be like a good hour video, sorry. I know very few people are going to watch it, but let me tell you something. Look, that's going to be a very serious conversation. But yeah, so there's going to be, they have the springboard here. I watched it. It's great. I'm really excited when Holo comes out. Look, there's just a lot that's happening within the Holochain space that we are not even, that we don't even realize. And I think that it's going to start to happen to where we're going to get some really good information, some really good news this year and early next year. Now, let's talk about Holo. Holo, they had the delay. I know a lot of people are frustrated because there are a lot of stuff that's happening within the world, and just the icing on top of the cake of their frustrations, Holo gets delayed. You know, so it should be on the back burner. Which is frustrating, but at the same time, not. I know a lot of people are frustrated because they invested hot, or they bought the hot token, which I have as well. Don't have as many as a lot of you others out there. Mr. I got over 14 million, you know, wonderful, great. But, you know, I think it's great to be a part of the Holochain community and understand that it takes all aspects of business in order to really create something great, and you should be rewarded for being in something early. You just should. That's just how it works. Having said that, I think that we are used to, and I'm going to get into a small bit of this. I think that a lot of people within the Holochain community are frustrated because they're so used to these. We just saw it here. I think Charles Hoskinson right now is doing a live thing. So we're so used to having a leader or a CEO or a founder, and they're vocal and they're saying, hey, this is what we're trying to do. Well, with Holo, we really don't have that, right? It's not, and I think we've just been spoiled. It takes leaders of all kinds. It takes people of all kinds. We know that Eric Harris Brown and Arthur Brock are people in the background. They're trying to make shit work. They're trying to, hey, we got to get this done. Do you want a couple? No, I don't want a couple minutes to talk to nobody. I'm trying to get this done. Okay, I get it. I don't know that they're like that. I'm just saying that they could be. They are involved with a lot of things, and I know that they're excited about Holochain and Holo, and I know that they're working in the background. Same as Matt Schutte, same as I guess Liz now, and Mary Camacho most definitely. And so there's just a lot of stuff that's happening within the crypto space that just everything is happening as one. So Holochain and Holo, Holochain is pretty much finished. Not finished as in finished with but you know what I mean. But Holo hasn't launched yet. And we've been waiting a long time for Holo to launch, and there's just a lot of questions there. There's a lot of ridicule there because there's a lot of stuff that we just don't understand or just don't know. A lot of ridicule comes from people saying, "Hey, you know what? How did you not know what kind of license you needed? Right? What is happening here? Are you paying attention to what's happening in the crypto space?" So there's just a lot of stuff that's going on right now that it's like, that people are asking. So be patient, and that's kind of hard for me to tell people to be patient because some people have been waiting for 6-7 years. I know that there are a lot. I do know that there are a couple people out there who are extremely excited about Holochain. They have not reached out to me. I don't know. I know one was having health complications. I haven't heard from her ever since. I just it's just there's a lot that has 6 years has been a long time, and I do realize that I can't just tell people, hey, you know what, don't worry, be patient, because a lot of people have been patient. And I think all of these macro economic things that's happening has been making people a little bit more impatient. And we're going to get into Bitcoin. My next video, we're going to get Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, lawyer stuff with them. We're going to get into a whole lot of that in my next video. But I really wanted to talk about Holo. So I think we've been really spoiled with some of the CEOs and founders, and they're just not like that. So we just have to be patient and find out. I don't know when their next AMA. I thought I saw something that said the next AMA is December 7th, maybe. I'll look more into that, and I will share it on Twitter or X. Should I find it? But it's like people, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how we haven't had too many AMAs, Holo AMAs. I hope that they dig deep. I hope they dive. I think that they're making some serious traction. I know for a fact, I personally think that they want to be done before Christmas. They want to be done before January. They want to be done before next year. They want to be done before next year. But they probably wanted to be done in Q3 and Q2 or Q3 or Q4. They really wanted to be done. So, hey, it is what it is. So, again, I'm going to cut it right there because I have a crap ton to say. My next video, I don't know, in the next 3 or 4 days or so, is going to be like an hour video. maybe even more, of just everything that's been happening within the world, within the crypto space. I am really impressed. I'm really happy. And about Holochain, I'm really excited. Man, they got a lot of stuff going on. And man, let me tell you something. It's going to be an earthquake of people getting involved once Holo launches. Oh my God. I just think that that's a great business model, but it has to be launched. It just has to get out there. And we all want it to be out there properly. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end it right there, people. As I always say, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. Last but not least, above all else, it is a crazy world out there. I keep saying that. A lot of things are happening. Please, please, please do whatever you can to be healthy and stay safe out there, okay? Bye, you guys.